It's Black Lounge Entertainment, and the time is right with T-Pre.
I'm actually not going to be very long, but grand rising to everyone. I hope everybody is doing as great as I am today. Yeah, shout out to Alan Logic and the DBA. He had a really great conversation last night. And I thought it was a lot, it was funny. Shakim and I have often laughed about that video. And yeah, we had a great time at that night. And it was just amazing how that video captured so much. And I really appreciated how Alan broke all of that down. Okay. So, first of all, shout out to everybody that was on Alan's panel last night, from Samba Queen to P to Keeping It Plain. A really great panel and a very great discussion. And it actually is a discussion that I actually wanted to avoid for a very long time. Okay. Now, I want to break down very quickly the differences in what I believe and what Alan believed. Okay. There are some differences in our beliefs in this. And there are also some things that I absolutely agree with. And I've actually had these discussions with Breaking the Culture behind the scenes. So it's a very great discussion that you had. But I would definitely like to put some things into context, considering the fact that her and I and Shakim are the ones that actually experienced this in this sector. Shout out to Pixie Longjot. I appreciate you being in the building, and everybody who's in the clouds. It is Saturday morning, so I know everybody's kind of chilling. And I don't plan on being long. I actually want to chill today. I'm going to go do some food shopping too. So I really don't want to be very long. But I do think that the conversation that Alan had last night definitely deserves a bit of context. I'm going to give you guys a quick timer before we get into it. It'll be a 5-minute timer. And then we'll go ahead and jump. Actually, I'll give you guys the 2-minute timer, and then we'll go ahead and jump right into the show. All right. So go ahead and sit back and relax. Grab your libations. Hopefully, again, it is orange juice or some coffee or something like that, because it is way too early for liquor, but it is 5 o'clock somewhere. Okay. So, all right, guys, one moment. Shout out to Humble King and also Shakim Ra for being in the building. Truly appreciate you guys. And again, everybody that's in the clouds too. I appreciate y'all. So listen up, okay? I did listen to Alan's show last night. And again, I thought the show was great. I'm going to break down a point between that Alan thinks and that I think that are different, okay? But then I'm going to bring up the points and bring into context what Alan was saying based off of and put that into context with what I said to breaking the culture of silence. Okay, so I really appreciated this, and sometimes it takes a man to just actually say something, right, that you're trying to say, and women kind of end up getting into like an argument or like a little bit of a kerfuffle, because our emotions get involved, whereas a man can just really plainly say exactly what an issue is. Okay, now the difference between what Alan thinks and what I think is, I definitely think breaking the culture is a Black woman. Okay, that's what I believe. I don't believe she's a non-Black. I don't think that having a non-Black parent makes you a non-Black if you have a Black parent. If you have a Black parent, the bottom line is you are a Black person, okay? Especially if you identify as that. What Alan did put into perspective does make a lot of sense about her experience as a Black person, okay, and our experience as unambiguous Black people. So my experience as an unambiguous Black person is exactly that, meaning I have experienced racial profiling. I have experienced someone knowing just by looking at me that I am a Black woman. Breaking the Culture made it very clear in the video that she has never been racially profiled in the state of New York. Okay, that was what she said. That was her words. Nobody could take that from her. Nobody put that in her mouth. These were her words. Not most unambiguous Black people cannot say that. They cannot say they have not had that experience. Okay, especially at our age, in our age range. Okay, and at this point, and those that are older than us, and even those that are younger than us, right? So I understand where Alan is coming from with that, because, and I've had that conversation with Breaking about the Black experience, right? And how the Black experience is different for different hues of Black people, or it is different for different textures of hair and so forth and so on. So you got to understand why Alan is using the scales. It makes sense to an ambiguous Black person, a person who's undeniably Black like myself. Okay, it makes sense to me because, yes, we must separate those who will use I am a Black person to get close to people in our society and create problems in our society. The second thing that Alan said that I disagree with is that breaking the culture is using race to do that. I don't think breaking the culture is doing that. But I do think there is an energy behind her of other people who do. And this is the conversation that her and I had, where, and I'm going to put an address on it. AAS has used white supremacist tactics all up and down this sector. She comes out and uses specific things regarding race to get us to racially attack one another. And it's been happening back and forth, all while she's sitting in the background. Y'all do a little sector trip and go look at AAS's page. When's the last time she posted a video? And what was it about? When's the last time she did as opposed to a community tab? I went and looked today out of curiosity. Because all while all this hating and nonsense and back and forth and backbiting and people talking and this has been going on, AAS has been sitting in the background just rubbing her hands together. And that is what I've been saying to breaking the culture. But Alan was able to break it down so eloquently, because that's exactly what is happening. Now, I don't think, again, that breaking the culture intentionally was using race against me and Shakim. Possible? It is. But I don't think she was intentionally targeting us because of race. But do I think that AAS uses her skin hue and her skin tone and Stargate's skin hue and skin tone to attack other women in the sector and make it appear that the women in the sector are attacking them because of their race and because of their skin tone? I think AAS uses classes of color. I think that if you are of a lighter hue, you are considered more acceptable to her. Y'all know about the paper bag test. So this isn't far-fetched what Alan was talking about. And I think it is very, very important to keep conversations like that on the table and to keep conversations like that true. I mean, really open up dialogue and really have these conversations. But like I said, again, I do think Breaking the Culture is a Black woman. Her mother is Nigerian. That's just it, according to her. I don't know. I don't know her mom. Her mom has passed away, according to her. But what she said is her mother is a Nigerian woman and her father is a Sicilian man. Sicilian ain't that fucking far from Africa its motherfucking self. So if she's Black, she's fucking Black, right? But that doesn't mean that Black people cannot be used against other Black people, as they've been doing for fucking centuries, y'all. They've always used the lighter hued Black folks against the darker hued Black folks. And then even after that came the Blue Vein Society and the paper bag test and all of those things. This is stuff I've been talking about for months on my channel with my members and different things. So absolutely, yes, I believe Breaking the Culture is being targeted to be used against Black people. And I don't think she necessarily knows it. But maybe she does, right? Maybe she's not as stupid as we thought, or I thought. Anyway, after all, it could look like that. She does tend to put white people and Jewish people on a higher level than Black people. There are things that Breaking the Culture would not do in those classes and in those spaces that she has no problem doing here. So is what Alan's saying, should we just dismiss that? I don't think so. I think that Alan broke it down exactly how I wanted to say it, without the part of Breaking the Culture being a racist. I don't think that. He didn't really say that either. But I don't think that. But it's possible. And we're not going to pretend in our community that we don't see this over and over and over again. And like I said, the very people that wanted to create all of this drama, go back and look for yourself. Extra quiet these past few days. Extra quiet. While everybody is in the bullpit fighting, fussing, calling each other race names and monkeys and gorillas. Shout out to Photon. I sent him a $5 Cash App and told him he's the best roaster in the fucking sector. All while he's race baiting. But we know he's a troll, right? He know he could use that $5. So shout out to Photon and his $5 Cash App. But it's just the point that we've even got this woman having men race attacking women. All because we may disagree on a point or disagree on something, right? Because I call her a white supremacist bitch. You racist white supremacist. which is fact, allegedly. Now, I'm being gaslit as someone race attacking. But this is what we've been accustomed to in this sector. And everybody just pushes stuff under the rug, and the person who speaks on it is the one that's crazy. The person who says something about it, they're the ones that are supposed to be pushed to the side and shut down and quieted. And now we got to get all the trolls out to go on a campaign against that person and against their chat, because that person is speaking facts and their thunderous godly voice is coming through and scattering all the demons. I appreciate Alan Logic for his logic and his facts, and how he has no problem speaking the truth, even if it hurts. Those are the men that I look for as gatekeepers in the community. I don't care if they married to another race or not. That's irrelevant to me. Those are the men that I look for as gatekeepers in the community, because without the protection of the Black community, there is no protection of any community. As the true bloodline of the Most High, without the protection of our people, there is no protection of anyone. You need to look around and listen. There are white people even saying this. There are Jewish people saying this. It is true. So we need men like this that are willing to have open dialogue and conversations that will hurt your motherfucking feelings, to protect us women, to protect our children, and to protect our community. Shout out to you. And I hope we can continue these types of conversations and this type of dialogue in the sector. Ignore the naysayers. Let them say what they want. You know, the demons are going to come out and play. Let them say what they want. But this is a spiritual battle. This is deeper than some YouTube beefs. This is a spiritual war. And it's bigger than this sector. We just happen to see it playing out in the sector. And we've seen it play out for quite some time, a couple of years. But there's always going to be light in the darkness. Light bearers always come through. Always, no matter what. You cannot stop light from coming through. And it just is what it is. Listen, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and let y'all enjoy y'all Saturday. I appreciate all of you who are in the clouds. And again, those of you that will catch the replay. Everybody, don't be a hater, as Humble King said, and hit that like button on your way in and on your way out. Pixie says hi, and hey to Humble King. You said, good morning, T. Pre in chat. Good morning, beautiful Bernice. I appreciate you being in the building. Grand Rising. You said, I'm going to try my best to ignore all of these people in 2023. I said that in December 21, and I failed. Maybe this coming year, I'll succeed. Yeah, maybe. You said, yes, I agree, 100. You said, well, that explains why my Black ass is the most hated. Even binary half Black, not rice farmer ass insulted my Blackness. Right. And that's facts. Well, listen, guys, again, I appreciate everybody for being in the building. Shout out to all of you. And I will talk to you guys later. Peace, guys. And again, shout out to you guys for watching.